Hello everybody. Now in the first video that I made, it was about 22 minutes long. It was sort of a classroom type discussion about face mask and filtering ability and wearing a face mask correctly and whether it's actually protecting you from the coronavirus or not. Well, that was sort of long for some people. I'm going to try and make a nice quick 5-6 minute video here and just give you the bullet points and flash stuff up on the screen. And then if you want to see the details behind everything and the explanations and so forth, you can go back to that older 22-minute video. Okay, so face masks. They're supposed to filter, in this case, the virus out of the air so you don't catch the coronavirus. The size of a coronavirus is between 0.1 and 0.12 microns. Really small. Your N95 face mask, that is made to filter out particles 0.3 microns in size. It filters out particles 3 times the size of a coronavirus. So you can't expect, it's not made, those masks will not protect you from breathing in the coronavirus. It'll go right through. Okay, now smoke, the size of a smoke particle from cigarette to cigar is between 0.1 microns and 0.25 microns. So it's the same size, if not larger. I showed you where I'll take a puff from my cigar, I'll blow it through a surgical mask. It goes around the surgical mask. It goes through the surgical mask. I have an N95 mask. N95 mask, if it's not fit correctly, the smoke goes out around the sides of the mask. It will go through the mask because, again, that mask is not made to stop particles smaller than 0.3 microns. Now those homemade masks, those made out of t-shirt material that filter even less than a surgical mask, they don't stop the smoke or the virus. Bandanas don't stop the smoke or virus. You make a t-shirt mask, oh, I gotta soak coffee filters in. Well, that doesn't stop it either. But there are studies, you say. People get on TV and tell me there are studies that say wearing these homemade masks, that wearing any mask is going to help prevent me from catching the virus, prevent me from giving the virus to someone else. What studies? Show me. I just showed you that smoke, the same size as the virus, goes right through these masks. They go around these masks. You don't wear these masks correctly. You hardly see anyone wearing these masks correctly. You see people with their nose hanging out of these masks, with these masks being loose on their face. 3 or 4 months ago, the same experts were telling us correctly that these masks will not prevent you from catching the coronavirus. But now, the bosses, it's turned political. They've told their experts, so you need to tell them that they need to follow us and wear masks because we're the politicians and we know what's right. We need to direct what everyone does and thinks. But what about all those people out there coughing and sneezing? You got these little saliva balls coming out, the wet talkers. Well, yeah, okay. If you're standing in front of them and they sneeze on you or something, that mask is probably going to catch that little ball of saliva when it comes at you. But then you keep wearing that mask, and that saliva is going to evaporate, and you're left with just the virus hanging on the outside of that mask, which you can then just breathe through it. And if you don't believe these little videos I showed you of me taking a draw and breathing smoke through or around all these different masks and mask material, you can do this yourself. Go borrow a cigarette or a cigar, put on your favorite mask, stand in front of the mirror, take a draw on it, put the mask on, and do you see smoke going through it or around it? Same size as the virus. You're not being protected. The government just doesn't say you have to wear a seatbelt, car seat, and let you go ahead and do what you want. So why, for masks, you say you have to wear a mask, but there's no standard to it? I can make a mask out of a t-shirt, out of a bandana, out of a crocheted mask. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain how a crocheted mask isn't going to protect you from anything. And I can't understand how people would put one on and think they're protected from anything. But they're out there. And let's talk again about wearing a mask correctly. The mask, as I said before, it has to be fit to your face. It has to be tight to your face so that the air that you're breathing in and out goes through the mask and not around the outsides. Or if you've got one of those N95 masks, one of those masks with a relief valve on it, well, that means when you breathe out, your air just goes straight out through that relief valve and it's not being filtered. Now, half the reason they're telling us to wear masks, not just to protect ourselves, but to protect others. But if you're not wearing the mask correctly, if it's loose, if your nose is hanging out, why would you wear a mask and then leave your nose hanging out? In my original longer video, I also showed the importance of handling your mask correctly. You don't take on and off and touch the outside of it. You'll contaminate your hands then, and then you'll get it on your face and you'll contaminate yourself. I showed that using chalk. You get chalk on the outside, you get it on your fingers, you touch your face, then it just removed any benefit that there would have been to wear a mask. I guess what I'm getting tired of is listening to the mainstream media telling us that we all need to wear masks to protect ourselves and protect others, and that we've got governors and mayors and cities and counties talking about, oh, we need to have a mask mandate, and if you're caught not wearing a mask, you're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. Well, this mask, as I've just finished going through, isn't filtering out the virus. It's not protecting you from catching the virus. So don't mandate that I have to wear something that's not going to work, that's not designed to work. The science, the simple math shows that it does not work. No matter what the talking heads are telling you, no matter what you want to believe, it's not going to work. Use your common sense, use reason. But on the other hand, or other side of this, if you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Now, if you are an individual who's going through chemo or COPD or have some other, your immune system is somehow otherwise compromised, maybe you should be wearing a mask for coronavirus and other reasons. But if anything, hopefully this video has shown you that if you're walking out of the house, you better not be wearing a mask made out of a t-shirt or is crocheted or something, because it's not giving you the protection that you think it's giving you. You need to wear the best type of mask that you can, and that mask probably needs to be fit to you, and you need to be qualified to wear that mask so it doesn't harm you in any other way. In addition to my initially longer video that I referred to in the beginning, you can go to a woman named Tammy Clark. Now, her video she's got a number of them out there. One of them I watch is over an hour long, and she goes into depth. She's a PPP expert and tells us, will explain to you how not only do these masks don't work, but they can harm you. They can lead to heart attacks. She goes into great depth about the people, I guess, in Michigan that are looking at trying to put masks on all the kids to send them back to school, and how that is exactly the wrong thing to do. But listen to her on that. I'm not going to repeat that. So now the next step is, what are you going to do from here on out? Are you going to just continue to listen to the supposed experts and politicians telling you what to do and try and scare you? Or are you going to push back and say, no, I don't believe that's right. If you want to continue wearing your crocheted mask, that's not going to hurt my feelings. What I'm trying to do is remove some of the ignorance that's out there when it comes to how to wear a mask and whether a mask is effective or not in preventing the spread of the coronavirus. With that said, I think I'll bring my little video to a close before it gets much longer. I hope it was beneficial to some of you.